Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, thank you. With Ned and Olivia, and a third one with Carly and her maybe being in a tasty twin sandwich, we're gonna dig into an extra helping of all of these predictions. All of them are based on spoilers. I'm gonna tell you what spoilers I have in mind when I am. Let's dig into these predictions. We've got 3 sizzling predictions. The first is Molly Lansing and TJ Ashford's surrogate. It falls through, and they're going to need Christina Corinthos. They are going to need to rent her womb with a view. You know, it was lightning fast on General Hospital. Molly and TJ Ashford went from an infertility diagnosis to her not wanting a kid right now to completely reversing course and researching surrogacy options. And then one day with a few interviews. Family drama on GH. Molly, TJ, Christina, and the surrogacy question. A few of them good, one shockingly bad, and they've made a decision just like that, so fast. It seems very hasty. And then Molly dissed Christina by not inviting her to hear the news at the little sushi family party. Then TJ Ashford mentioned it to Chrissy, and that led to an inevitable sister spat. And Christina thinks Molly is going to regret not having a baby related to her when she could have used Christina as a free surrogate, and she would have had a biological tie to the baby as well. And I just want to pause and say, you know, that shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter to adoptive parents, things like that. A lot of times, it doesn't matter to step-parents when kids come into their lives that they have no biological tie to. But at the same time, a lot of people definitely want to have a child that's biologically related to them. Molly Lansing clapped back on Christina, and they were bickering. Molly thinks her future is set because they have the perfect surrogate. And as far as she is concerned, Christina can take a long walk off Pier 54. So my prediction is that something goes awry. Perhaps her and TJ Ashford's surrogate can't get pregnant, or she backs out for some reason. Maybe she turns up pregnant with her own child instead. Possible karmic retribution. Molly's change of heart on GH. In the end, I predict that Christina is going to end up being their surrogate and egg donor. Perhaps by default, but there is a reason that I think this. While there's not an official spoiler right now. After Molly Lansing was kind of ugly to Christina, I feel like there's going to be some karmic retribution, and Molly's going to have to go back to Christina, apologize, and ask her to help out and donate an egg and carry her baby. Because the reason I'm saying this, one of the reasons, is that Kate Mansi, who plays recast Christina, came to GH was for an endometriosis storyline because it's an issue close to her. Plus, she was a phenomenon over at Days of Our Lives. She is very well regarded, she is very talented. And it's hard to imagine that she is not going to be front and center for this endometriosis surrogacy storyline, given that that was part of the package that they used to lure her. So we shall wait and see. GH predictions and leaks. Ned and Olivia's pregnancy surprise. My number 2 General Hospital prediction is just a fun one, but it is based partially on a spoiler and partially on a leak from a pretty reliable source. My prediction is that Ned gets Olivia pregnant. So there is someone who's pretty reliable for little leaks. Has someone in their family working behind the scenes at General Hospital. They have leaked extremely accurate information very early, so that's why I'm very interested in their leak. All right, the spoiler this week. The official spoiler says that Ned softens up Olivia towards him by playing a song for her. On Monday, he was working on a song, and he talked to her about it. And then he sang to her. And nothing is hotter than a musician crooning to you, right? I mean, we all do like him on stage when he's Eddie Main. I like the scruffy beard, and I like him better than boring Ned. And I'm definitely feeling sparks between Olivia and Neddy. Even though he was hitting on Carly Corinthos Spencer and that random blonde last week at the bar. But the more he sees of Olivia's Bensonhurst side, I think the more he digs her. Bensonhurst vs. Eddie Main, tensions and attractions on G8. And maybe that's why he's singing to her. So that's the spoiler that this part of this prediction is based on. And now for the leak. The leaker said that there is going to be a geriatric pregnancy on General Hospital. If you don't know that word, you might think, oh, It's going to be somebody who's 80 getting pregnant, Monica Quartermain or something. But no. Interestingly, a geriatric pregnancy is when the mother-to-be will be 35 years old or older at the time she gives birth. And that's kind of almost the average age these days. A lot of women are waiting to have kids later. So if you didn't know it already, if you're having a kid and you're 35 or older, that's a geriatric pregnancy. What a terrible word for it. Speculations on Olivia Falconeri Quartermain's upcoming life changes on GH. Nonetheless, that definitely fits Olivia Falconeri Quartermain's age range. And maybe she's not being very careful with her birth control because her husband is basically gone right now. And she's very distracted and very emotional. If Ned seduces her, Olivia might have a whoopsie pregnancy. It would not be her first. Remember, she and Julian Jerome had a one-night stand. I think it was like a New Year's Eve thing, and then she turned up pregnant. But the bigger question for me is, because inevitably Ned is going to be back to himself being Ned, will Ned be upset when he's back in his right mind if she slept with Eddie and got pregnant? No doubt Ned would be thrilled if she was pregnant with his child. I'm certain Leo would be excited to be a big brother. But it might be kind of weird for Ned to think, that wasn't me that you slept with. That was Eddie Main. It's just weird. All right, I've got one more prediction, and it's about Carly. I'm wondering if Carly's going to end up in a tasty twin love sandwich. So I know that a lot of people really want to see Sonny back with Carly when things with Nina inevitably blow up. But I have another idea. So this is based on a pervasive, so far, unconfirmed rumor that Steve Burton could come back to General Hospital when he wraps his run at Days. So here's the facts of the matter. Steve Burton inked a one-year deal at Days. He began shooting in October of 2022, but his first air date was not until March 2023, because they tape 6 months ahead to minimize costs. They work at a very fast pace. They work way ahead. It's a whole different environment than the other 3 soaps. So Steve Burton wraps his one-year contract in October 2023, which is very soon, like 4 to 6 weeks from now. I mean, he could extend over at Days, but that is the lowest paying soap, all right? And I will say, since I watch all 4 soaps, that I am not overly impressed by how they're using him over at Days of Our Lives. Carly, Jason, and Drew. The ultimate GH love triangle. And if GH came knocking, he'd be a fool to say no to a return as Stone Cold Jason Morgan. So if Burton is coming back, and if Carly's not with Sonny because she's still waiting on Drew or he gets out, would Jason pursue her? How soapy and bizarre would it be for Jason and Drew to be twins in a love triangle with Carly? It would certainly give Sonny Corinthos something to think about. I mean, Carly has loved Jason for a long time. And they finally confessed it right before they got married and just before they were going to consummate. Remember, Sonny basically walked into the room and blocked that whole thing. And then they, fake killed him. We all know Jason's not dead. And now Carly has fallen for Drew Kane. So if they're not doing a Carly/Sonny reunion, which I feel like they're not doing, at least not for a while, and if Steve Burton does return, I think this would be amazing. So in a nutshell, this is less of a prediction and more of my wishful thinking for plots that I'd like to see. But there is some information to indicate that Burton may come back. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel General Hospital Up to Tell News. Stay with us.